In part one, Sue joined me for the first time on this channel, and I told you something most people didn't know. She had shattered her shoulder just 3 weeks before my cancer diagnosis. That, for the first weeks of this entire journey, she was managing her own serious injury while the ground shifted under both of us simultaneously. If you haven't watched part one yet, I'd encourage you to start there. The link is in the description. Now, today we're going to be picking up with that conversation. And today I'm going to ask Sue something that I realize almost nobody has asked her. Not family, not friends, not the people who have shown up beautifully and consistently through all of this. And the question is very simple. What do you need? Not what can I do for mine, not how is he handling it, not what's the prognosis or the treatment plan or the next step. What do you, Sue, actually need? And what does it feel like when no one thinks to even ask? Sue, welcome back, and thank you again. I get asked how I'm doing all the time, whether it be by family, friends, by people who follow this channel, by strangers maybe who find these videos. How often does someone ask how you're doing?
Not as much as you do. I think sometimes it's just if somebody asks me how I'm doing, it feels nice because they're asking about me, not
Right.
just in an assumption that, oh, how's he doing? And again, there's no, I'm not saying negate that. It's just in the same sense that I know them too. So it's kind of a, how are you taking it? How's it? What's
Right.
going on with you today? That kind of thing. So
Sure. Now I want to pause here for anyone who's loves a caregiver, a spouse, maybe a parent or a friend who's holding everything together for someone else right now. Write this down. Ask them how they're doing, not in passing, not as a greeting, not as just a nice to, but sit down, look them in the eye, and ask them actually how they're doing. And then wait for a real answer. It may take a minute to arrive because they've been saying, I'm fine, for so long that they may have forgotten what the real answer even sounded like. Now, so let's keep going. I want to ask you about the part of this that nobody sees, the part that happens after people go home, phone calls in, the house gets quiet, kind of everybody else goes, quote, back to normal. What does that look like for you?
that's where I think I get in my own head sometimes because I think I tend to worry about the what ifs and what about tomorrow? What about tonight? What if it's this? Wonder if this diagnosis is something different than what we thought because we get in our heads about everything. And so that's where my head goes. And it's just like I have to take it and put it over there, compartmentalize it.
Right.
So
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think with all of us, when the quiet times that you think are supposed to be the most peaceful sometimes are absolutely the most vulnerable, where you're left to your own
right, there's more
devices.
noise in your own head
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you the question that this video got its title from. Not what can people do for me, not what does that treatment require, not what does the family need, but what do you need right now from the people around you, whether it be family, friends, from anyone watching this who loves someone who is a caregiver. What do you actually need that you're not getting?
I'm I would say I don't want to say space, but in the same sense that I don't have an answer to every situation. So when they say, "So how is this and what's going on with this?" Even though it's been a week or it could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so then I get, "Well, why is it going so slow? What's going on with that? What is?" And it's like I don't look. I don't have all the answers either, and it's as frustrating to me as it is to everybody else who might ask those questions. So I just think it's something that I don't know. If you just have to take it for what it is in one day of it being that it's important enough to care about both of us, but we're individuals at the same time.
Now, if you're watching this and you love someone who is caregiving right now, I want to hear Sue's answer as a direct message to you, not as a general suggestion, a specific request from someone who's actually living it. You don't have to do something grand. You don't have to fix anything. You just have to show up, specifically for the caregiver, not alongside for care of the patient, but for the caregiver as their own separate person with their own separate needs. And really, that's it. Sometimes it's more important to just have an ear to listen to and not so much a solution. So let's keep going. In one of my earlier videos, I said that you were my soft place to land. People heard that. They heard me say that about you now. But when you heard it, what did that mean to you?
Well, first of all, I thought you were joking. Um, it's unexpected. I don't expect that. I didn't expect it from that reaction. The soft place to land, where it's like you could talk to me about anything, pretty much, and I it was humbling at best because I know that's not a soft place for me. Is not me. I'm rough around the edges, so those are like the where you see me as being soft or place to land is not something I see myself in myself.
Yeah, and I think your answer in and of itself is kind of explains why you are that way to me because you're not assuming. You're not trying to be something that you're not. You're authentic. And it's that authenticity and it's that humbleness of sorts as to what your personality lends that makes it a very soft and comfortable place for me to land. And I appreciate that more than you can imagine. Now, if someone is watching this right now who just got a call, maybe their partner was diagnosed with something serious. They're sitting where you are, and we're sitting in January, scared, uncertain, not sure of what comes next. What would you tell them?
I would tell them to take one day at a time and know you will. You're never going to be right with everybody. You do what you feel is right for you and your partner or spouse or whatever, and that'll get you through a lot of hard times.
I made a promise on this channel publicly on camera that we were going to Alaska, that the motorhome dream is still alive, and I said that with full confidence. But I never once asked Sue if she believes it. So, Sue, last question, and I mean this one, just for me right now, on camera. What do you want people to know about you?
Well, I'm still hoping for the same journey. It might be a little different, but I hope we still get there. It's in a different time frame, that's all.
Sue, I want to again say thank you for your honesty, your candor, for not just for today, but also for part one, for 30 years of being exactly who you are and who I married 30 years ago, for being my soft place to land and my rock that keeps me grounded at the same time. In that season that we're in right now, without even being asked, I love you. If you're a caregiver watching this, I hope something Sue said made you feel less invisible. You are the unseen half of every diagnosis story. You carry things nobody sees, and you do it without ceremony or acknowledgement most of the time. You deserve to be seen. If you're a patient watching this, look at the person beside you, the one who drove you to surgery, the one who sat in the waiting room alone, the one who says, "I'm fine," when you ask and mean something maybe completely different. Ask them the question, the real one. What do you need? And then stop and actually listen. If these videos reached you, please share them, not for the views, but because someone somewhere is out there. There's a caregiver who has never been asked. Let them find Sue. Leave a comment below. Tell Sue what her honesty meant to you. She'll be reading them. Subscribe if you haven't. My name is Mike Jones, and this is Sue. And this is Jonesing for the Journey.
And so the adventure continues.